Hey guys, Supergirl Gamers, backtrack to Supergirl, Season 2, Episode 19, Alex. So, it's been a long day. It is Wednesday night, so this debuted, a couple nights ago or so. So I'm still reacting to it pretty well in comparison to most of the things I do. It's been a long day. I had to drive all the way home. I did a whole bunch of chores. I couldn't go to the dentist, and I got a haircut here, so if you're missing if you weren't observant or you're missing the mountain man look, refer to previous videos, but it is nice to kind of be cleaned up. The title of this episode, Alex, really concerns me. And normally you would say, why, Pete? Because Alex is by far my favorite character in Supergirl. She's one of my favorite characters in the CW/DC universe. But it makes me think of the episode called Sarah of Season 3, Episode 2 of Arrow. And that episode was dedicated to her after she died. Spoilers for that. I mean, come on, it's been like 3 years. So I don't think they'll kill Alex. I just can't see them doing that. However, I don't like that. The other flip side of the coin could be, maybe I'm thinking morbid. It could simply be, maybe it's a very Alex-focused episode. Maybe we're going to make flashbacks of Alex or something. Maybe we're going to go back to the storyline of dealing with her and her dad. You know, because we haven't dealt with that in a few episodes. So that's totally possible. So it just makes me worried, but we'll have to see what happens. Last time we checked in with Supergirl, it was episode 18 going on. Basically the kind of main things that have been going on lately, beside after Mon-El's mother killed her husband, which was Mon-El's father, and, you know, said she's not done with this world. At the end of episode 18, she ended up visiting Lena Luthor in her office, who was in kind of an emotional wreck period because she just lost an old boyfriend, someone she cared about, in this guy Jack, who was from iZombie. So thank you to people who shouted that out for last week. I expected that he was. He kind of turned into this like techno-nano virus thing and ended up being controlled by his VP, and then Lena kind of stopped the whole situation going on there. It was a very Lena-centric episode. There was other little, like, Jimmy, Win, Lyra weird storyline going on, but that was kind of the crux of the episode. It was an okay episode. You know, the other big thing that happened was Kara got her job back, which was nice to see, but, you know, it was fine. It was kind of just another setup episode, so I'm expecting big things. I'm afraid for Alex, but maybe I'm just thinking too negatively, as I often could on these reactions. So, let's just get into it. So, without further ado, guys, here we go. Alright, what's going on here? Some kind of hostage situation? It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Supergirl. Exactly. Pull like a Hancock in that one bank scene. Maybe minimalizing Maggie a little bit, but we can't take risks here. Alright, well, does that create a whole storyline where Maggie's kind of feeling not used because Supergirl does all the work here? There's more than enough crime to go around. Oh, and Alex, of course, is burning something.
It totally shouldn't work, but it totally does.
No, pineapple does not work on a pizza. Disgusting.
What do you need cops for in this city?
Mon-El, you are not doing a good job.
Vigilante justice.
Yeah, that is true. I'm glad that that exists in this world. It's a good point.
But you never look before you leave because I can fly.
Damn, it's a good line, but this is not a good line of tension dialogue. I don't know about this. And Maggie put Alex in a rough situation. I mean, they both put Alex in a rough situation, and he took the pizza, of course he did. And now Alex has to play mediator. Alex, I don't like you by yourself, given the title of this episode. Shit. I don't like this. What's her angle? What is Rhea's angle? Because she needs Lena for something, besides building a device. And of course she never came back because that guy in the elevator took her. Awesome. And it's going to be someone calling us saying that we have your sister. Great.
Hello, Kara Danvers.
Of course.
Sister will die.
Shit, they're going to use Kara to break out criminals, maybe people she put away? Or something to do with Cadmus? How do they know that she's Supergirl? Did this person work with Rhea? Did they get information in that regard? Because Lillian doesn't know that Kara and Supergirl are the same people. So, oh, God, this is bad. It was a predictable opening. I seen that coming from a mile away. But damn it, my worst fears are confirmed. Alex is in trouble. This is not going to be a fun episode for me, is it? Everyone that's seen it, just tell me right now I'm not going to enjoy this, am I? Because it's just, oh God, now poor Alex is going to be in trouble. This kind of whole Maggie-Kara confrontation thing, I get both sides. I do kind of side a little bit more with Maggie in this case, but I understand what Kara is doing. So that's kind of just a way to build tension, especially now that Alex has taken the two of them to have to work together. And what the hell is Rhea doing with Lena? So a lot of moving parts here. It's a mirror. It's a one-way mirror. That's creepy.
I will end you.
I don't doubt it, but I think this is the, oh man, we're in a bad situation.
Whoever took her must have found some way.
Yeah, someone that knows all the DEO ways, okay? Maybe someone on the inside?
Who is Peter Thompson?
And why? Exactly. Why do we want him out? What does he add to whoever took Alex?
No, it's fine, you know.
She's getting personal with her, building her trust.
My life, it's awful.
Yeah, because she killed him. That's why it's awful.
It was a sale on galoshes. It's just that I don't know where to wear them.
Kara's gonna get mad.
Sister's been kidnapped.
Easy, Kara, you're gonna reveal yourself.
He's not. We're done here.
He could read his mind, so John could totally confirm it. But what does he add to our kidnapper? Why?
Take the doll.
Damn, I knew she was gonna do that when she gets mad. How about we bring him to John and John reads his mind through interrogation? Wouldn't that be smart? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. But again, we could solve this situation a lot simpler than, you know, threatening him. If he doesn't want to tell, right? Don't throw him up against a wall. Call in John. Have John interrogate him and read his mind. I guarantee this random guy from Millville High School who somehow knows who Kara and Supergirl, he knows, you know, each one is the same. Someone had to give him that information, whether it was Rhea or Cadmus or something else, right? I doubt he figured that out on his own. If that's also the case, again, bring him there so he can be interrogated by John. It's not hard. Thank you. You brought him into the DO. Now, John, go into the room. Of course. Of course he's blocking it. That'd be too easy. Ah, okay. When she saved the family, right? And Alex got her scar. Ah, he was the kid. Wow. Talk about coming full circle from season 1.
Come on, Kara. Show us some of that rah-rah Midvale Junior High spirits.
All right. Damn, he's stepping up the intensity here. But I think threatening Kara might be a bad decision.
Finding out which one of you loves her more.
It's a game.
I wouldn't know where to place my bet.
I don't know. That's a rough one. I go with Kara just because of the sister bond and they've known each other longer.
I'm giving it 1 minute.
But we'll see.
No, Thompson is the key to getting Alex back.
Well, yes, but can we fake pretend that we got him out and trick him?
See?
She's gonna do a background check on
Is
her.
that good?
She doesn't trust her, does she? Good job. Yes. She comes through again with the intelligence. Thank you, Lena. Good work. And we got him out. Oh no, it's John. John pretending to be him. Alright, this is smart. How does he know all of this stuff? From one day seeing Kara do some kind of feat that he barely saw as he ran up to it. Alex, you gotta help us out. You gotta start looking for a way to get out. There you go. Come on. Innovator, genius Alex. Figure this out. You're a tactician. I don't like where this is going. Alex, no! Oh, damn. Why is she gonna cut herself? Damn, you know how hard it is to cut yourself with like this little piece of plastic credit card thing? Ooh, she's taking out her tracker. Maybe she could restart it, flip the switch. Yeah, I imagine so, Alex. Jesus.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
He had this all planned out. This is too easy. He's been planning it for a year. Come on, Maggie. See through that. There's something off about that. Maggie she knows from her police instincts, she knows there's something wrong there. See, there is value to good old-fashioned police work. You might have found her, but maybe there's a booby trap. Now you have 4 hours. They accelerated the clock. God damn it. You got her. Ah, shit. And the box is gonna rise, and she's got 4 hours till she drowns. And she's gonna be very pruny even if she lives. Fuck. Well, we're fucked. Yeah, so we should have trusted Maggie's instincts, as I expected. There is value to old-fashioned police work. She knew her instincts. She saw that the guy thought he was still in control, so that's never a good sign. And then somehow, I guess maybe the camera unit is in that box thing or whatever, so if they track the camera unit, it would go right to that place. And now it's accelerated the clock from, what, the 23 hours we have left to 4, and water's filling up Alex's box. So, shit, not good. On the other good side of it, even though Lena's life is probably going to be at risk, she saw right through fucking Rhea's shit. What does Rhea want from her? And she's probably going to take it by force, so we got to watch out for Lena here because something could happen to her. She is going to be pissed. Why can't Wynn figure that out? So they can talk the whole time. She's going to tell her that, listen, don't do anything just to get me.
You're a badass, Danvers.
Got that right, Miss Sawyer.
On that first vacation, we haven't even argued about where we're gonna go yet, or
Why you gotta be fucking me up with this emotional shit, man?
what's when we first talked, you're not gonna talk.
That'd be cool.
Let's name her Gertrude. Promise me.
I don't like promises in this show, and goddamn it, he wasn't gonna let them talk that long. Yeah, but
You should have listened to me.
that's unfair. I think that's her sister. She's maybe naive, but come on.
Let my one lapse in judgment keep us
One lapse. You have no idea, Lena. Go teleport back to your goddamn ship and teleport to your barren wasteland planet. Leave us the hell alone. And then by the time everything happens, then Lena's gonna be in trouble by the end of this episode. We are so fucked.
Enough and turn back time.
Oh, that'd be cool. She could do the classic fly around the world to turn back time. We're all scared, Kara.
so much.
Yeah, we're all scared. We need to not be doing these moments and focus on finding her. Maggie's gonna go all apeshit, isn't she? I don't like that look. That classic kind of
2 hours.
serial killer kind of thing.
Fast.
Talking with the cop. It's a classic.
Free if you want to.
I don't think that's how the justice system works, but
Careful. Bring back the people.
Maggie, please don't cross that line. You know Alex wouldn't want you to. It must have been interesting to film. That definitely must have been an interesting kind of scene to film. Because it looks like Kyler Lee is actually in water there, so, which I would assume it would have to be. So, must have been some long days of kind of shooting because even in real life, she's going to be pruning there majorly. But yeah, we're in a bad spot. I'm hoping that Maggie does not cross the line, even though I have a feeling she's going to. But with only like 10 minutes left in the episode, maybe she can trick this guy into, trick him again into believing that his father, that we released his father. It's a total possibility. I think Maggie was a little bit too harsh on Kara. She was just trying to save her sister. I do think that Kara, in some ways, I think Kara does have precedence in this case over you, Maggie. You love her, and I get that. I love you two together, but you haven't known Alex as long, and Kara's grown up with Alex since she was 13. You know how many things they've gone through? You know how many moments they've had? And yes, Kara's naive, but that was a wrong way to lash out. So hopefully they'll apologize. Really, Maggie will apologize to her at the end of the episode, but also John, having kind of, expressing that he has something to lose, and that was a nice, sweet moment there between him and Kara, and then the classic scene between, like I said, between the cop and the serial killer, and kind of just reminds me of many different movies out there of, you know, like a Hannibal Lecter type thing of where like you kind of have the guy, the serial killer's running you in circles. In Bones, I think of like Pallant was doing the same thing if anyone's ever watched that. There's that other Jamie Foxx movie that I cannot think of. You know what I'm talking about. Where like the guy's family gets killed and then he gets caught and he does everything from prison. I could see the whole movie, but I can't think of the name of it. So it reminds me of things like that. So I appreciate that there's a reference to that, but let's see how we get Alex out because she's not in a good place. All right, Alex, she's going with the whole pants thing to do what? To try to clog the hole further? What are you thinking? She tied it. Why? Ah, flotation device. Very smart, Alex. Your DEO training has served you well. Wow, that is definitely not issued by the police department. Cool. It's kind of like an image projector, false image. I like that. Very cool. Trust, she's got Alex's gun. This is not going to look good for Maggie's career. Okay, so we're appealing to the father, who's going, your son's going to go to jail either way, no matter how this turns out. Just depends on the charges.
There's one place.
Maybe their old house or something. I don't know. Can we get there, Cara, please? God damn it. Now she's got no air, so we literally have minutes until she's going to stop breathing. We're going to have to resuscitate her at this point. Don't look! Break the glass! Cara, come on! Fuck. Alright, not the best CGI there, but I'll let it go. Okay. Okay, we don't even... She's breathing, alright. We're good. No brain damage, we didn't even have to resuscitate her. Alright, the crew. We need to get her somewhere warm. Very warm. That fireplace in her apartment would probably help out. God damn, wow. We were right up against the barrier there. The father came through in the clutch. Not bad for a murderer. I don't know why. I assume we're going to find out why this place, it had to have some significance to the son and the father. This kind of warehouse thing. But I'm glad all our girls are safe. Everyone's back. Hopefully Maggie doesn't have any consequences for almost breaking a man out of jail. So, we'll see.
You okay?
No, you okay? Say it. Say it back.
I love you, Alex.
Thank you. That's it. Have your moment. Apologize to Alex's sister. Come on, Maggie. It's a good moment. They kind of made like a heart-shaped thing with their bodies and heads. It's all sweet there.
Before you do that.
Punch him. Yeah! That's my girl. Nice shot.
Just make sure he remembers that.
Alright. At least make sure he remembers the punch. Yes, this is a scene that needs to happen. A hug. Exactly. Come on, Maggie. You ain't above a hug from a Danvers sister. Come on.
Lena, hey. I'm sorry.
Shit. And now we're back to this.
It's okay. I was just calling to check up on you.
No, get to her, because she's in trouble.
Good. Hey, brunch next Saturday. I know a place. Yeah, sounds great. Just...
You ain't gonna make it next Saturday. Fuck. She sided with her, didn't she?
Ready to change the world?
You have no idea what she's capable of. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Now Lena's gonna be on the other side of the fence. This is not good at all. Alright guys, so that was my reaction there to Supergirl, Season 2, Episode 19, Alex. I really like this episode. It was enjoyable. It was high stakes, even though I knew Alex was never going to die. Yes, it's always a possibility, even in Episode 19, I mean... Spoilers for Arrow Season 4. I mean, we saw what happened to Laurel in episode 18. Totally possible. Typically it's going to be the end of the season, and Alex is arguably like a second main character to Cara. Like, there's no way you're going to kill her. Even in a Season 2, I mean, come on. But still, it was high stakes, emotional moments. I think some of my favorite scenes of the season, just maybe because I'm a sucker and I love Alex so much. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was not the greatest episode of all time, but it was very good. It's definitely one of the better episodes in a while for me. Not anything against kind of the Lena episode last week. It was fine. But the more interesting stuff was with Lena and her ex-boyfriend and kind of Kara in that mix, and, you know, Kara with Snapper. The whole Lyra and Jimmy and Wynn stuff, yeah, wasn't really important. And then we've had a lot of very, very heavy Mon-El and Kara episodes. And I'm not hating on that. If there's Mon-El, I know there's a lot of negativity in the Supergirl community. If you're a Mon-El Kara shipper, you're a fan of that, more power to you. I'm not hating on you for that. Do you. However, still, at this point, I could change. That relationship doesn't work for me. So the less I see of that relationship on screen, especially when it suffocates an episode, the happier I am. I assume that that's going to play a lot into these next 3 episodes, given that there's only 3 more episodes of the season. And because Supergirl ends at 22, except I think it'll end the same week as Flash and Arrow, because that's how they lined it up. I don't know why it doesn't go 23. They just decided to go 22, but very Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. like. But the end of the season here is going to be all about, you know, kind of Rhea and the Daxamites and how Mon-El relates to that. So we'll have to see what happens there. But for me, there are 2 main points of the episode. And a very nice, neatly packed episode that did not deal with a lot of storylines. That's another reason why I really, really liked it. The first one here, bar none, I'm going to talk of, well, actually, no. We'll go the least significant and then most significant. So we'll talk about Rhea and Lena first, and then we'll jump into Maggie, Alex, and Kara. So starting with the first main point, so Lena and Rhea, we don't know why Rhea needs Lena specifically. Is it just for her resources, for her ability to have this probably billion-dollar company to market this device? It's some kind of anti-matter thing. She did mention that maybe it's for her to, you know, make a portal for her to go home, and it also could transport, you know, things obviously around the world. It'd be instantaneous. However, we know, just knowing in the format of these shows, Ray is not here just to be like, well, you know, my son betrayed me, as she mentioned in this episode, so I'm just trying to create a portal to go home so it doesn't take me like 4 years, which is crazy, to get to Daxam. How far is Daxam and Krypton away? Well, I guess Krypton was away because it doesn't exist anymore. But what is she doing with that? My thing is she's trying to bring more soldiers in or weapons in or something. That's why she needs a portal. Lena, she did great. She was intelligent. She was suspicious. She was cunning. She figured out, you know, when Rhea, I guess, said the gods at dinner, then, you know, other little suspicions. And then doing, you know, kind of some kind of fingerprint that I guess tells you if a person's not human, that they're maybe alien-like or just not human. So very smart by her, but she still got conned in the end. And that's not really a fault of her own. And I don't blame it on Kara as well for not talking to her. Because Kara probably would have, you know, been able to deduce that it was Ray and then talk her out of it, but everything she was going through with Alex. But now Lena, trying to save the world, to be a good person, got suckered into whatever Ray's plans are. They clearly can't be good. There's not much more to talk about at the point. You know, we keep seeing Rhea, you know, she got personal with Lena just to try to build her trust. We see that she really, truly believes that her son betrayed her. We don't know how far she'll go with that. I mean, we've seen her hit him. Will she go above, you're a traitor, you know, and I'll just kill you? Maybe will she go there? We have no idea. I straddle the line more that she's going to just try to forcefully take him back to Daxam and kill Kara. But we don't know. We don't know more plans there. But yeah, that stuff was fine. We'll have to figure out more of that going forward, and we'll have to see what happens. And then the other second final main point of the episode here is the main point of this nice, tightly packed story in Maggie, Alex, and Kara. So the episode's called Alex. It was dealing pretty much all about Alex almost, beside, you know, Lena and Rhea there. Very, very little Mon-El in this episode, and for me in this episode, he didn't work at all. Like, he was not needed. And I'm not trying to hate on people who like the relationship. I'm saying that he usually has really good one-liners and stuff like that. He really served no purpose. He didn't even say anything funny, which it wasn't time to say anything funny. But I knew we'd get you back. Like, and Alex even looked at him like, the fuck? Like, what are you saying? Like, it was just a weird thing to say, and then, like, he was saying some obvious stuff. He only had a few lines, so I get him being around the DEO because he works there, so that's why he had to be in the episode, but he really served no purpose. But I also liked Win. I liked how he stood up and defended Alex there. Saying you don't even get to talk to her, so that was good. There was some good moments, that moment, as I said in the episode, between John and Kara, I thought was really sweet. The Maggie and Kara stuff, they're two sides of a coin. Kara's all the, Girl Scout, upbeat hero, I have superpowers. If I can save lives and use these powers for good, why shouldn't I? And Maggie spent, 17 or 24 hours or something at that interrogation at the bank of just regular people, right? Well, not interrogation, but, trying to, the hostage negotiation. And then, Kara comes in there, puts a hole in the roof, apparently breaks the guy's arm, gives another one a concussion. I like that they mentioned that there's, like, they could claim the Supergirl clause or something, which makes sense. It would be realistic that, hey, I got taken down by a non-sanctioned law enforcement official who's basically a vigilante with superpowers. She injured me, which a cop typically, you're not, you try not to injure a suspect, and she probably did that all the time. So that's a way that, and also, destruction and contamination of evidence and all those things, that is a way that people probably have gotten off of charges. Kara, as Maggie said, you're great in situations of fighting, purple aliens and shit like that. But when it comes to regular police work, I'm not saying she hasn't helped. I'm not saying she shouldn't help. But she definitely should, as Maggie said, communicate with them more and work together. She could have talked to Maggie, said, listen, I need to help. Tell me how I can get in this situation. And then they could have figured out a way. You could have sped through the doors instead of busting through the roof. So I get Maggie's frustration there. And I do side with her in that side of the argument. Supergirl sometimes, Kara's a little full of herself sometimes, and she's definitely naive. However, and it also makes Maggie feel marginalized, so I get that. However, Maggie was completely wrong in turning that on Kara later with Alex's life on the line of, like, you think you're more entitled than me? No, you're kind of both on an equal entitlement, but in some ways, yeah, Kara is more important or worried or should make the decisions about Alex, not only because she has his superpowers, but A, you need to work together, but B, if that's not the case, they've gone back longer. That's her sister. It's not, yes, blood, but it basically is. You've only been dating her a few months, and even though you love each other, Kara in that situation, I'm sorry, the Danvers sisters, they take precedence over any relationship that either of them have. So I like that she apologized there at the end of the episode. It wasn't like the apology I kind of wanted. I guess it was a very Maggie Sawyer-like apology. Kara kind of was even kind of forgiving, like, oh, what are you apologizing for? But it's like, Kara, you should take this. Like, I understand you understand, and I'm glad you're mature enough to understand that it was a moment of tension, and Maggie lashed out, and even John pointed that out to you. But I'm glad that they had that moment. They had a good hugging scene. That we definitely need to build more scenes between the two of them together, and Alex has been trying to do that. And get them to really like each other. Not that they have this tension, but they both have their best they both have opposite sides of the coin in the law, as I mentioned. But then they also both care about Alex, and they try to go about that, like in this episode and in other things, in different ways. And that causes them to butt heads, which is totally natural. But their interactions, I think, will help. Even though we got, some venom spitting each way, especially Maggie and Kara's direction, we resolved it at the end. Hopefully they can build on their relationship because they need to become closer friends, I think. I love the Maggie and Alex stuff. As usual, it was nice to get back to really good Maggie and Alex material, not, oh, Maggie's ex-girlfriend or, or some other shit or things like that. It was nice to get to, like, a really meaningful storyline. Not to marginalize the other ones because there's been good ones, but this, if you know what I'm talking about, this was nice to get back to. It was a rough situation. They would, have sweet moments of, talk about wanting to have first with each other and the kiss they shared there at the end and being able to talk to each other more. I did like that stuff. I think it was great. And any dynamic between the three girls, I think, is the best part of the show. John in there as well, and Win to a degree, maybe Win to a lesser degree with how Jimmy at the moment. But yeah, those were intense scenes. The Alex, I think, was great in this episode in terms of trying, at least, even though it didn't work out well. She digs a tracker out of her arm with like a credit card-like thing from the camera. That doesn't work. Only makes things worse and, puts Kara and Maggie, at each other's throats. But, using the pants technique there, as, Maggie said, like a Navy SEAL, to buy yourself time as a flotation device, all that stuff, super, super smart. Definitely DEO training served her well. I'm glad that I thought they were going to have to resuscitate her. I kind of wish in a way to make it a little bit more dramatic. I know that sounds weird. But she wasn't in there long. We got her out all right. I didn't like that. The CGI was a little wonky there, busted out of the case. And I didn't like that Kara's like staring there. And you can't say like, oh, for her it's like, milliseconds because she's so fast. That was in real time. Don't stare at your sister who's floating there unconscious. Break her out. And, she took a few seconds to do that. You don't know how long she's been truly floating there. But I'm glad that the three of them also shared that moment and that Maggie was right. That was a really cute scene. I don't think they explained why it was that particular place, why the father said that. The son, he was a fine villain for the episode. He wasn't like, man, this guy's a top-notch actor. No. If I never see him again, I don't really care. I don't know if he's an actor in some other show. I think he had some good moments, some good, intense, kind of creepy intimidation moment things that I mentioned during the reaction, and then other moments where he didn't sell it as much for me as I would have liked. The father kind of thrown in there as well. I guess he ended up having a little bit of good in him, even though the son's going off to jail and he's having his mind wiped. I'm glad Alex got to punch him in the face, but very love relationship of trying to have his father get out because his father saved him from his abusive mother. I get that, but then also putting someone else's life on the line to get your dad out of prison, even if you're in a rough kind of situation, doesn't make you a good person. So he was alright. Again, worked some moments, didn't others. Wynn was good here in this episode. He did in the moments he had, protecting Alex, standing up for her, his normal kind of tech stuff. But this was an episode for our trio of ladies. They did a great job. And overall, guys, that's kind of my thoughts here on Supergirl Season 2, Episode 19. Alex, we are approaching the end of Supergirl Season 2. It has been a rocky, I would say, to say the least, for me, at least, the back half of the Supergirl season that I loved so much early on. It was my favorite CW show. Not the case anymore. I won't rank them until all the episodes end because, all the seasons end, because I think the last time I rated it was around mid-season finale. I only think that is fair. This hopefully is a good sign that we're getting back on track for the rest of Supergirl Season 2. And we can finish out with 3 great episodes, establish Rhea more as a villain, figure out what the hell she's doing, and more screen time for Maggie, Alex, and Kara together, and more DEO stuff. That stuff has worked as well. I know we're going to get Mon-El stuff, make it more compelling, make it more interesting, and throw us a twist, because Supergirl, only has 1 season, but it hasn't done anything like shocking of someone dying or a moment happening. Yeah, this would be a season and the end of the season to give us something like that. I didn't really feel any risk of Alex dying in this episode, as I said, but man, maybe killing another character, maybe a Win, maybe, which I hope not. I don't want to lose anybody, but maybe a Maggie, maybe something. You never know. But I do feel that there has to be some kind of consequence. I think the consequence possibly could be Mon-El sacrificing himself, but we'll have to see there. Let me know your thoughts and predictions for the rest of Season 2. Anything you liked and didn't like about this episode? What'd you think of kind of the Kara, Maggie, Alex kind of dynamic going on? And what is Rhea up to really? Really, what is she up to with Lena there and them teaming up? And how is Kara going to react to that happening? And any other thoughts, predictions you had in the episode, Easter eggs I missed, please let me know them down below. And as I said, please let me know what you think of the rest of Season 2. But as always, no spoilers. Like the video, subscribe, channel, share with your friends if you be so kind. And until next week, it's Supergirl, guys. Thanks for watching.